So lately I'm getting a lot of requests in terms of how to start the development process and where to begin. And so let's go through this real quickly. So this is beginner-friendly video in terms of how to get into web developer profession and what I think is the best for someone who has no idea what to install or how to install anything. So let's start with first we need something to write the code in. Let's go with Visual Studio code, which is currently widely used and quite beginner friendly. So once this is downloaded, it doesn't matter. Like I'm doing this from the MacBook, but it's the same process from the Windows. You just download and open the thing. So I will open file here. So this is the editor. This is where we going to write the code and everything. And in order to start, we first need to create like a folder project. So create a new folder anywhere in the computer. And again, it doesn't matter if this is a Mac or this is a PC or whatever, Linux. I will just call it demo 1 and let's drag that into the Visual Studio. There we go. Now it's working. And you are asking, do you trust this project? Yes, of course I do. And now you have an empty project. It's nothing inside. So we will click, right click. Nope. Yeah, here's the little file icon. Create a new file. Let's call this index.html. It have to be extension.html. And here we can create some basic HTML. And let me first turn off this. I just disable auto completion so you can see how this is done when you have like a completely new system. One second, already disable. Okay, so now we have HTML page. In order to open it, you can just right click and go to like show in browser. As you here's our web page now. Thing is, the website isn't styled really. So let's put some style here. This can be done like in the head of the page. This part is not being seen by anyone. Yeah. Let's do color. This is actually Salodius color red, and so on. Now the color is red. So this is one way how we can achieve the styling of the web pages. But the thing is, like this process of styling with HTML and CSS, although it's the way how it's being done, I find it's not that beginner friendly or approachable. And we can have an entire day like argument whether this is the case or not. But I find it's much easier if people coming to the industry of web development start with framework or library called Tailwind. And Tailwind is basically where you are styling your web page with more advanced syntax, so it's easier. Like, for example, here's the demo. What I have in mind: you are basically typing utility classes, and they are basically styling the elements for you. Now, again, I'm not going to get into discussion whether like pure HTML or CSS is better or not. I'm just going to go with my personal opinion, which is like, yeah, Tailwind is more approachable for beginners. Now it comes with some problems. We will talk about those later, but the thing is, let's go with this route. How to configure Tailwind for beginner web developer, or how the beginner developer can start using Tailwind without needing to install anything, or like spending time to like figuring out how to configure half of the computer. Now, first of all, you don't need to install anything in order to use this Tailwind. You will literally just go to this Tailwind CSS website, and I will put the link. Basically prepared like a note that I will attach to the video, and here is the template. You can just copy. Also the links to the where are the sources. So I will just copy and paste it here. So save. Now if I go to my page, you see it's working. It's displaying this. So once again, how we managed to get here? We clicked right on the file. We said show in browser. That's how we end up this basically tab opened. And each time we do a change, so we will say again, we need to refresh the page. Now this may be fine, but you will find sooner or later a little bit annoying to do. So what Visual Studio is offering are plugins that are helping this flow. Now let me just drag this here. There we go. So let's install some of the plugins. Here are the extension tab. You click on it. You just need to find. You just need literally HTML. Right. Which one is it? Preview. Yeah. If you search for HTML preview, you install that. Although it's deprecated, maybe there is a better extension, but whatever, I'm using this one. So basically what this is doing is like in your file. So again, I go here, I click on my file. Yeah. If I press Ctrl Shift Command Shift V, I have the preview. Now close this. So here, if I do a change, the change is done automatically without refreshing. Now, one step further I can do is I can actually, if I hover this properly, I can have both of these side by side. So, give it a couple of tries. Okay, now we can actually style without like switching back to the browser again, and we can start playing around with Tailwind now. So what is Tailwind? It's basically a utility class. You can see we typed I and OA, and nothing was really styled. So let's wrap this inside the paragraph tab. So we will type B tag, which is like a paragraph, and if we place one more paragraph, one more. You see they are here in our browser. If you load the page, so you need to save, Control save, Command save. Yeah, here they are. Now the problem is like people already working with HTML may notice, okay, there is no gap, and because like Tailwind, and here's the bottleneck of Tailwind. Tailwind is stripping out all the initial properties. So for example, in plain HTML, like if I type, let's say H1 I, it should be like a large text, as we have previously when we were doing like this should be like a large text. The thing is, in Tailwind, you need to specify everything here, like manually. So you need to say text, for example, Excel or free Excel, or I want the text to be red. So I will say color, red, 800, for example. Oh no, sorry, not color red, text red, 800. No, that's a little bit dim. I want only 400. It's a little bit light, maybe 600, and so on. So how do we get these properties? And the thing is, like, these properties, if you go to like literally Google Tailwind CSS, Tailwind CSS, not Tailwind UI. That's a different thing, yeah. And maybe we'll get to that some point later. But Tailwind CSS, you'll go to Tailwind CSS website, and here if you just go to Docs, you can scroll through these. You know, like how to do, let's say, you say color text. Yeah, here you go. You can specify colors, like for example, I don't know, we will go with green or amber, teal, etc. So all these properties are here into style. And the thing is, like in traditional CSS, you would have to, like, you know, write stuff like so-called styling, where you will specify like let me search something up. You would need to specify something like, okay, I want the H1 tag. H1 is like this one, right? And it needs to be a color green. This file will be in a separate file, or ideally separate file. It can be like inside here. But the point is, like, you know, the styling is a little bit tedious. And yeah, you could do something like this. This is actually also possible, even with along with style Tailwind. It's called like inline style. So you could say color red, yeah, and sorry, you will say and yeah, this is possible. You are able to style this, but the point is, like, Tailwind makes a lot of more features than just inline styling. Sorry, I have no idea why this is here. It was out of place. So, so I'm not going to go through benefits of Tailwind here. The point is, like, anything you want to do with like inline style or styling with CSS files like this, you are able to do with Tailwind. And for beginners who have no idea what I'm talking about, just stick with what there is in the Tailwind documentations. So if I want to do this, I can just copy this, paste it here. So enough, that should be the case, should work. Now, the reason why it's not working, the image, because like the image loaded is pointing to like a image inside our folder. This could be like a me.jpg. Yeah. The thing is, like, inside our folder, we don't have any image me.jpg. So let's add one in. So let's grab some dummy image, just drag it, drop it into the folder. You can see the folder is here. Let's maybe rename it so it's not so complicated. Let's call it me.jpg. Here we have me.jpg. So this should work. Reason why it's not working. Hold on. If we, I think it should be. Yeah, let me just do this. I think it should be just without. Yeah, now it's working. So the thing is, like, when you are dealing with directory structures, this means root of, in this case, root of the server, and root of the server is like in my computer, some other location. So that's why we have me.jpg works and slash me.jpg doesn't work. Well, once you get to server configuration, that's a different topic. But the thing is, like, if I want to create a new folder here, like images, I would just drag the image inside. Yep. And now this should not work. Let's try it out. Yep, it's not working. Now, reason why this is not working, So we are specifying a path to the image, and should be images. It's the name of the folder slash. So now we are able to have this kind of image. See how this works. Forget to save, control save, then I can reload the page. And you see it's now being loaded. Now the reason why this is being shown here like this is if I stretch my browser, it's like a dynamic content. So I'm showing you what I have in mind. If in my Chrome, if I click inspect, yeah, should be so in your web browser, you click inspect, click this icon, toggle device bar, and you are able to keep on doing the same mistake. 1 second. There we have. I can drag it and shrink it. See. So you can think about this. This is what you will see displayed in the mobile. This is what you will see in a tablet. This is what you see on a large screen computer. Now, I will not go into this, how this works. What I'm doing here is more like a preparation, like how to do the setup for you so you can start learning. So what I did, again, I went to Tailwind CSS website. I just copied the entire paragraph that is here. And you can see like I'm copying the change text at the end. Now, you will go into details how this can be used, like by following like tutorials, and really good source of learning materials is the actual creator of Tailwind, Adam. He has a YouTube channel. I will link to in the notes. There's a link to his YouTube channel. He has a bunch of videos, advanced, non-advanced, doesn't matter. The one that I'm recommending following is this one. And again, link me with he is going to like, okay, how to create like a completely design with Tailwind, step by step. And this is how I learned Tailwind. This is like, you will learn a lot of design concepts that applies to Tailwind. But even if you later in life get a job not using Tailwind, all of that knowledge translates even to plain HTML, CSS. But what else I wanted to talk about? One thing that Adam will talk later during these courses is we'll do like a bunch of like he will do static pages, we have like they look good, but at some point he will be working with like a dynamic part of the application, like a drop downs or like like navigation bars, and at that point he's using Vue.js. Now Vue.js is like think about like it's a JavaScript, so it's the dynamic part of the application, and I'm not going to go to the details now. Maybe I will create like a completely different video, but thing is like you can use the same you can use Vue.js in this template that we are working on now by just adding it's different. I actually created a template here. You can copy and paste, and it will also have the Vue.js setup, so you can able to do the more complex stuff that Adam is doing in his videos. But the point is, like for beginner, the basic templates that we are doing here now, that's enough now. So I don't just copy and paste stuff from internet. Let me just show you what you can actually do with Tailwind. So let's maybe create like a view here. I will actually paste this to like the note, the whole code, but I want to start from fresh. So let's do a divider. I will just say, okay, I want the margin top of something big, 36. You can see there's a jump. Let's do even 52. I just want this content to be away from me. Let's do a border. Border. Do a border. I actually do not margin top, but I want to also on margin bottom, which is like you can say MX, no MY. See, there's like a divider here. Here's one start from fresh. Okay. So let's create like a image here, and we can use our images slash me. You see, there's like auto completion here, like, and maybe we could style this image like the alt is like a text. So given the image is found, we'll see the image, but given if it's not found, this is like a text that will be shown if the image doesn't exist. So for example, if someone deleted the image by accident, you see I made a typo on purpose. You see there's a me that's like represented by this. So this, so whatever. Now let's fix this so it's a proper image. Now we can do like a styling. Let's style the image here. Class, we'll say we want the height to be 24 and the width 20. So I just want a nice square. And you can see like because the image was like stretched, when it was a portrait mode, it's kind of squished a little bit. So let's maybe there's like a property, and again all these properties, if you will be the Tailwind CSS docs, you can do H24. You can do height. You will see all these properties. You can try these out. And you will, when you watch the Adam's videos explaining how to use Tailwind, you will get it into the flow. It looks scary at the beginning, but it actually makes sense. So let's go to the example here. So now I have the image is 24 by 24, but it's kind of squished. So now I want to have like I would say maybe cropped. It's basically so it's not squished. So we will say object cover, and this doesn't looks much, but you can see there's a change, like it's not stretched anymore. So how about image from internet? Let's say I want to add another image and I want to have some kind of image from the internet. Let's go here, like my collection of memes. So let's take another one. Copy image address, and we can just paste the address. Now the image address needs to be like HTTP slash whatever slash whatever. Sometimes you copy image from internet, it has like a properties that will not show, and that's because of various reasons. I don't want to explain it. Just like if you want some demo images, go to this website. So I did here as a comment. It's the comment. This is something that's never shown. More like how to keep notes to yourself. This is not shown here. You see, there's nothing here because I'm in the comment because it's commented out. Now, what to do next? They are kind of squished together. So let's give them some kind of divider. So I can say, okay, margin top 2. So it there's like some kind of gap. Now, another way how to style these two images. Let's give them like maybe a third image also. Let's do which one? Let's do a GIF. So we have some moving image. Copy image address. If I paste the URL just here, you see it's not doing anything. It needs to be wrapped in a HTML class. So again, it's put it here. It needs to be inside the quotes. There we go. And you see, should be in one line. You see it's in one line. And of course, this could be empty. So you see that image also margined up. It's because we have a margin up. If I remove it, and this way you can start styling like more advanced stuff, like for example, Flexbox, which is topic of its own. But think about it this way: like you can put there's like a div tag. It's called like it's really just how to call this like a section. Think about it like you are just grouping some words. For I know this is not true, but for beginner's purpose, think about it this way. And I can say class empty, let's margin up to 5, so it's bigger gap. Margin to 8, and now these are stuck here. I can just tell them flex, and they are together. This now because they are together, maybe we want to have like a gap between them, like like I have margin left actually. You see, there's margin left, but there's actually a better way how to do this. You can do gap 2, and there's a gap automatically. And you can go even further with more advanced stuff. And you can just tell it, okay, it's actually good when you later in life when you have like more advanced properties, deal with from like external JavaScript libraries. See if I remove the classes, the images are like wild. They are like quite big. Now, what I can say to them is like, okay, you images, I think it's something like this. Inside the div, the image, the image should be H24. See, all of those applied. Same goes here, square brackets, and with 24. Nope. Typo. Yeah. All of these should be object cover. There we go. Cover. So we basically achieved the same thing without writing any extra classes. But this is actually why Tailwind is so powerful. So anyone saying like Tailwind is just inline CSS didn't really touch the surface. You can do more. And also like inside Tailwind you have like a lot of cool stuff. Like I don't know, you have, let's say we have this text, and we'll say this should be this. Here we have an important text. We'll say class is 5. So it's like no, not MX but MY. It's you want the text to be large, not too large, that's extra large. You want it to be yeah. Here's one thing like with let me show you one more thing like let's say you want to pick a color, you have no idea what the color is. There's also like an extension. I think it's like tail. Yeah, this one tail. This one Tailwind CSS IntelliSense. Install that. Oh, I have it. Okay. Okay, so that's why it's auto completing. Okay, so I have it installed. So Tailwind IntelliSense to have that. And now when you are adding a new color, where are we? The important bit here. You'll say text thing. Don't know why it's not working, but anyway, it should be suggesting like color. Anyway, it's green. I will say animate pulse. See how it's transporting, how it's glowing or pulsing. Let's maybe do what other things we have. 1 second. If you go to Tailwind page, animation, and the pulse pink. Yeah, that's the one. This one is like annoying, but yeah, I need to style it a bit more to make sense, but yeah. And the rotate, but it only works on rotate spin. Yeah. Now, reason why this is spinning on the whole page is because it's like a whole thing is like a block. So if I do inline, there we go. We have a spinning, so it's only transform as a little part. So let's remove this spin. Let me show you what I have in mind. If we go to the Chrome, we have all our things that we added, and another tool you need to use inside Chrome is like the inspector. So you click. So let's close this. If I click, right click, inspect, not only I can do this simulation of like, how this looks like in a mobile device, but I can also check the elements. So if I right click here, you can see, okay, the image is here. You see each element and how it's being displayed. And you see like this element, the orange parts are the margin, just like divider, you think about, and the inline block is making it only necessary, necessary size. If I remove it, see, it's the whole size. That's why when we were doing the spin, it was spinning around the entire page. But as an inline block, spinning only around itself. So yeah. So let's keep this here. Again, this is only like a presentation of what you can do, not necessarily what you should do. You know, there are many cases you can do really beautiful designs with Tailwind. Again, recommending Adam's videos. The dude has some really sick designing skills. Anything you learn for Tailwind can translate then to like a pure HTML, CSS, but Tailwind is getting a lot of popularity nowadays. So a lot of jobs are implementing it because it's so really easy, pragmatic, and I don't know, in my opinion, much easier to maintain once you get too used to it and the advanced stuff. So definitely go with Tailwind, run it properly. Adam will go to some videos where he's using some more advanced stuff with Vue.js, and yet that may be confusing for a beginner who never work with like npm or package installers. But Once you get there, I think you will be already hooked to, like, you know, you wanted to learn this. And if you want to implement the view, here's an example how you can have, like, if you copy paste this into like a new document, you will already have like a view. So if I create a new document here, new file, we'll call it view HTML, not JS, but HTML. I will just copy paste this view example. Please note this HTML preview. I don't know why it's not working here, but if you open in a browser, this is actually loaded from Vue.js. So by having this template, you should be able to write Tailwind stuff and also implement the Vue stuff. You can see like here, the Vue is interpolating message. Now, in the HTML preview, the plugin or extension that we use, you cannot see it, but if you load it in browser, it's working. And I don't know why it's not working, because I don't use this editor. I'm using something else. So that's why I'm not an expert on Visual Studio. Pretty much everyone is using it except for me. So that's why I'm recommending it for beginners. There are a lot of tutorials, a lot of stuff to figure out for yourself. But for basics, I think this will be nice. Again, start with the template, the Tailwind one that I'm having here. Let's copy it to a new file. Copy, create a new file in Visual Studio, whatever the HTML, paste it here, and you can start building all videos from Adam. And yeah, this is probably the best way how to start web development. Anything you learn here is definitely transferable to like a job opportunity for future.